This week on All About TRH, we recap the latest from the Real Housewives of Miami, and yes, Julia has officially lost it. From playing the victim to dodging responsibility for her actions, it's a mess. We dive into the lack of support for Guerdy, the fallout between Lisa and Larsa, and share our first impressions of the new girl in the mix. Drama, denial, and delusion. Let's get into it. Miami's sun-drenched beaches and glittering nightlife often belie the stormy undercurrents that flow beneath its glamorous surface, and this week's RHOM episode was no exception. As the season barrels toward its midpoint, alliances are forming and unforming at record speed. Old grudges and new secrets collided at every turn, leaving viewers simultaneously riveted and exhausted. At the episode's outset, host and voiceover narrator Alexia Echeverria reminds us that these women have navigated plenty of drama before: fiery spats, headline-grabbing breakups, and enough high-stakes confrontations to fill multiple seasons. Yet nothing could have prepared them, or us, for the chaos that ensued when Julia Lemegova officially, lost it. The drama began at a lavish beachfront dinner party hosted by Adriana de Mora. The guest list included all of Miami's housewives: Adriana herself, Alexia, Larsa Pippen, Marisol Patton, Guerdy Abrera, and newcomer Vanessa Ponce. Julia arrived late, dressed in a sculptural white ensemble that seemed to symbolize both purity and fragility. Little did anyone know how quickly that veneer would shatter. From the moment she sat down, Julia seemed on edge. A stray comment from Alexia about post-vacation stress struck a nerve, and Julia bristled defensively when asked if everything was okay at home. As Aperol spritzes flowed, so did the tension. Julia's forced smile when Marisol casually mentioned her recent business setback. An overheard whisper between Larsa and Vanessa about Julia's mood swings. Julia's increasingly sharp replies to harmless conversation topics. By dessert, an elegant platter of chocolate-dipped strawberries, the air had grown electric. Julia abruptly rose from her seat, proclaiming, "I can't do this tonight," and stormed off into the Bal Harbor night. In the aftermath, cameras followed Julia back to her sleek South Beach loft, where she poured herself a double pour of rosé. In a tearful confessional, she declared herself the victim of a smear campaign designed to undermine her reputation. She accused Alexia of throwing shade when discussing her mental health and claimed that Larsa had been quietly spreading lies about her instability to the rest of the cast. She insisted that her emotions were valid responses to being ganged up on, and that any suggestion of her being too dramatic or unstable only proved the girls were trying to isolate her. Several viewers, and fellow housewives, questioned whether Julia was genuinely under siege or whether she was projecting her own anxiety onto innocent remarks. Larsa, in a private chat with Alexia and Marisol, called Julia's behavior alarmingly unpredictable, but admitted she didn't set out to make Julia cry. The wedge between Julia's self-perception and the cast's perception of her widened, leaving everyone, cast and audience, in a state of suspense. Was Julia truly under attack, or was she blowing mountains of molehills? Guerdy Abrera entered the season determined to shine a light on her Haitian heritage and her burgeoning nonprofit work. Characterized by her warmth and drive, Guerdy initially seemed like the glue that could hold the group together. Her mission, to raise funds for education initiatives in Haiti and launch a cultural awareness campaign. But this week, it became painfully clear that Guerdy's philanthropic passion was not translating into much-needed emotional support from her castmates. In a poignant one-on-one, with producer-prompted questions rolling, Guerdy revealed that the emotional labor of her charity work was taking a toll. Guerdy spoke of late-night Zoom calls with board members, weekend charity events, client dinners, and the relentless pressure to maintain a public persona on social media. "I get the likes on Instagram," she said softly, "but no one asks how I am doing." At the dinner party, Guerdy had attempted to pivot the conversation toward her upcoming fundraiser gala. She passionately described how she hoped to bring Haitian art to Art Basel, how she'd partnered with local artists and secured matching donations from businesses. Unfortunately, the other women barely listened. Adi's party invite for Alexia, a wardrobe crisis for Larsa, and Adriana's announcement of a renewal of her cosmetic clinic license all took precedence. That's great, Guerdy, but did you hear about Larsa's new Beverly Center office? Speaking of Art Basel, Vanessa is wearing that fabulous emerald necklace. Did you see her posts? 30's face fell as topic after topic elbowed her cause aside.